Hi everyone, welcome to GoClasses. Many times students ask, can we top GATE exam with job? And the answer is yes, of course, you can crack GATE exam with job. And the witness to that is Aditya's show. Aditya got All India rank 107 in GATE 2023 and that too with full-time job. It gives me a lot of happiness to bring this interview of Aditya to all of you. Welcome Aditya and thank you for joining us.
Hi, sir. Yeah, thank you for this interview. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be with GoClasses, and yeah, I hope our viewers will enjoy this interview.
So, Aditya, actually, many students are waiting for your interview. You may have seen the messages in the Telegram group, in the GoClasses private Telegram group. Yesterday, I got a message that when Aditya sir's interview will happen. So, finally, this interview is going to happen, and finally, it is here. So, definitely, students are going to learn how to crack the GATE exam, how they can crack the GATE exam, that too with a full time job. So, many students were waiting for it, and finally, it is here.
Yeah, definitely. I also get some messages because I'm there in the public group also. So yeah,
Yes. So Aditya, let's start with marks and rank in GATE 2023.
yes, sir. I got 74 marks out of 100, and my rank was 107, and
So
my GATE score was 818.
in which attempt did you crack the GATE exam?
Well, actually, I cracked in the first attempt also, but the rank was not good enough. So at that time, I thought, let's have some industry experience and then maybe I can try again. Actually, at that time, in our area from Kolkata, there aren't much good institutes, I mean, for GATE. So I was not even very much interested to join them. But when I got to know about GoClasses and from the public group, I saw you were solving queries and doubts for not just for the enrolled students, but for everyone. Everyone is asking questions and you are solving it in with the same passion on the Telegram group also and the GateOverflow website. So that gave me a new new ignition to join GoClasses and prepare for Gate CSE.
So I remember we had discussion when you were preparing for GATE 2022. So in GATE 2022, which rank you got?
I got 683 rank.
So I remember we had discussion for GATE 2022 also, and you were preparing by yourself. You have done self preparation for GATE 2022. Am I right?
Yeah, actually it was self preparation, but I would say most of my time was spent on the GoClasses public group and also GateOverflow website. So I would say, obviously, I mean, other than course, I was not enrolled in the course at that time, only the free courses. But that itself helped. Like you can see, I mean, discrete math is the like foundation for all other subjects. I mean, that itself gives a lot of analytical skills and all. So, I mean, that itself was a very much a boost to that rank.
Okay. And then finally, you got 107 rank in GATE 2023. How was your happiness when you saw your result?
Yeah, actually, I was more happy when I was uh, looked at it, the gate overflow rank predictor because that's the first time you get to know. I mean, very much afraid actually because I mean, I was seeing everyone is getting good marks in the group. I'm seeing everyone getting correct marks. Uh, I was like, yeah, I did. I came out from the exam hall. I was like, yeah, I did a lot of good questions. Maybe I will get good rank. But then I see everyone is getting good marks, so I was little anxious at that time. But then after seeing on the gate overflow rank predictor, at time it was around 80 or 90. But yeah, the answer key changed, so it became 107.
Yeah, actually, normally it happens that gate also rank predictor gives the exact rank, like the prediction of rank is very accurate. But this year, as you know, that three questions changed in the final answer key. Three questions, three answers changed. So that is the reason no predictor can work in this type of situations. And but still, I think your gate also rank predictor told you that your rank is going to be around 94. Am I right?
Yeah, it was like 98 or 99 as the limit.
Okay, 98 or 99. That was the prediction. And even after three questions changed, three answers changed in the final answer key, and you got 107. Definitely, like you missed the top 100 mark. So how did it feel?
Yeah, it was a little What do I say? I mean, at that day, I mean, network was not good. I mean, I was trying again and again. It was giving server error. So it took me a whole day. At night, I was able to see the actual rank. So at that time, I was very much exhausted, and I was okay. So it's fine, fine.
Okay, so like that feeling, because you miss the, it's not too much. Like if you get the rank 98, 99, then still that is a top 100 rank. So that simple, I can say that simple milestone, it's like a century. Sachin Tendulkar gets out on 98, 99. We think that he should have gotten 100. So it's like that. So
Yeah, I mean, we cannot say now like it's a double digit rank.
we cannot say that I got double digit rank, but yeah, okay. So still, you are going to get your dream college, right? So what is your dream college?
I don't have any such preference, but mostly I'm currently applied at IIT, IIT Bombay RA course, and IIT Kharagpur and IIT Kanpur. So mostly I will, these four only I applied.
Okay. So Aditya, a very special thing about you is that I remember you are working, you have a full-time job, and still with the job, you have cracked, All India rank 107. So many students, they send me messages that, sir, can we crack the GATE exam with job? I have a full-time job. I am working in this company for last 3, 4 years, for last 5, 6 years. Can I still crack the GATE exam? So this type of messages we get, and sometimes Aditya, what happens that some students who are preparing, like in first attempt, they do not get their desired rank. In second attempt also, they do not get their desired rank. Then they message that, sir, I want to crack the GATE exam, but because it is my, I can say, third attempt, so I want to join a job, and with job, can I crack the GATE exam? So this type of messages, cracking the GATE exam with job. So this type of messages we get, a lot of messages we get. So I want to know your complete, I can say, preparation for the GATE exam along with job. How did you manage, and what were the difficulties you faced, and how hectic was your job? So please tell us all about like job plus GATE exam.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, the most important factor was consistency. So you have to be very consistent. I mean, whether you have job or not have job, I mean, you have to be consistent. And the second thing was uh, like on the weekdays, you don't get, I mean, too much time. So my work hour was mostly started at 11 a.m. and continued till sometimes 8 or 9 p.m. So I did not get much time, maybe around 2 hours here and there on the weekdays. So I was trying to utilize my weekends in a more better way. And another thing I would say is, I mean, the structure of the, because I was in GoClasses enrolled student. So the structure of the course actually helped me, like first doing the discrete math, then doing the C programming, engineering maths, and going with that flow actually makes you. I mean, if you're doing self preparation, it's little hard to maintain a schedule. But when you are in an organization, then you get a proper structure and a proper group. Like in the private group, everyone is so focused, and I mean they keep the topics. I mean within the topic, the question. So it's not like it's a GM is discrete math is going and someone is asking question from operating system. So that will deviate our mind. So try to avoid those questions. Like even if you are in any group, try to avoid questions which you haven't yet studied. Make a schedule, then make a small goal. Like this week I will complete this chapter from that subject, and that's first thing. And then you have to do sort of revision. I mean, because if you forget it, then what's the point of studying? So for the revision, I did not have much strategy. I was mostly in the, I mean, I don't recommend everyone will be okay with that, but I used to be very active on Telegram groups and solve other questions because that gave me a sort of like a revision. Like even if I'm doing job, I have 10 minutes, like I can just open Telegram and look at some questions and try to solve them. So that helped as a revision. And if I sometimes like forget, yeah, how to do it, like I'm seeing something for after a month, then in that case, I used to uh, uh, go to the annotated notes of GoClasses. I did not make my own notes. I did not have enough time really. It is very good if you can make it, but I mean, if you can't, just I mean, uh, there is nothing to lament or regret over it. Just try to find other alternatives. So I was using the annotated notes, and another advantage of annotated notes was two things. There are two advantages. First, when I look at it, it all comes in my memory, like what sir was saying at that time. So that's one thing. And second thing was you provide standard resource screenshots in the notes itself. So I don't have to open the books myself. So books are already there in the notes. So the following standard resource is obviously the best thing you can do.
So how hectic was your job? Like, can you tell us how many days in a week you worked, and did you always like work from 11 to 8 p.m.?
Not necessarily, like it was a European client, so I was working in a service-based company. So they usually have Fridays, they chill Fridays. They don't European don't want to work on Fridays. So at least it was mostly like 4.5 days of work, and every day it was around 9 hours at least. But in the middle, like you have lunch another 1 hour. So and yeah, sometimes between meetings, like one meeting over, second meeting will start, you have some time in the between, you can just open, I was to open groups and see some questions and solve it.
Okay, great. So on weekend, how did you manage? Like, did you utilize like 10 hours, 15 hours? How much?
No, I could never withstand 10 hours of study in a day, not possible for me. So mostly it was structured like I would watch the lectures first for 1 or 2 hours. That also I cannot do in one go, one stretch. So it was very hard for me. So like half an hour I used to do, then take a 5-10 minutes break, then again half an hour, like that I used to do, and then try to solve PYQs and practice questions that were provided from the standard resources. So after, if you have done with PYQs, there is no point in doing it twice or thrice. Or I mean, I've seen some people have messaged me sometimes, they have done PYQs 4 times and still they are not able to crack it. So I mean, there is no point in doing 4 times. If you do one time in a very good way, and then you can try questions from standard resources, and that's sufficient.
So, Aditya, when you had like these 9 hours, you are saying that you worked 4.5 days every week. So, did it happen that during those 4.5 days when you were working, did it happen that you did not study for GATE exam the entire day? Like the entire day went, and you did not study anything related to the GATE exam.
Yeah, actually, since it was in the project, sometimes there might be failures in the system, critical problems might arise. So on that day, it might even go till midnight. So uh, sometimes even the sleep would get hampered, not let alone the study. So yeah, some there were some days. I mean, very rare. Like in month, maybe 3 or 4 such days would be there. I mean, there is some very urgent task to do. Not always.
Did you complete your syllabus for the GATE 2023? Like, did you go with the 100% syllabus covered, all the concepts covered?
No, not at all. So I skipped 2 subjects. Like for my case, it was computer networks and compiler design. I mean, I did not choose like that, but in the end, that was pending. So that got uh, I could not complete it. Only I could complete was supernetting and subnetting topic, and luckily I got one question. So that was that. I mean, I'm not suggesting anyone to skip subjects, but I mean, it happens if you're doing job, and it might happen at the end of November or December, you find that you still have 1 or 2 subjects pending. So it's better if you can skip and try to make the other subjects more strong. So making it stronger would make it, I mean, if you have more harden your concepts, that's better than trying to have a large breadth. I mean, for yeah, for GATE 23, it was is a relatively easier paper. So yeah, covering breadth might have helped, but that won't be the case always. So what
Like,
I'm saying is trying to say is don't skip it from the, like, you start your preparation. If you're starting your preparation say in February, don't decide that I will skip 2 subjects at that time. If the overall run it happens for some or the other reason, then
right. So, GATE 2023 was actually, I can say, a bit easier than the average GATE computer science paper. Normally, it does not happen that you are getting 74 marks and you are still not getting, top 100 rank. Normally, it does not happen, Aditya. So, this was, I can say, very rare. And I think this was rare because I don't think that in 2024, 2025, this will happen. On average, this is my experience that on average, in gate computer science exam, if you are getting 70 marks, then you are getting a top 70 or top 80 rank. You are getting, definitely you are getting top 100 rank. But this year, with 74 marks also, you got 107 rank. So I can say it was a bit easier, and I think it was an exception. Exceptionally easy. So I don't think that this type of exception will happen again. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, that is a very rare case actually. But I mean, in the examination hall, I was thinking like, am I giving a real GATE exam, or is it some kind of joke is happening now? There is some camera at somewhere doing a prank with you.
स्माइल प्रैंक हो गया आपके साथ.
Yeah. So I mean, like there was a SQL question. Like, I mean, what do I say about it? So I tried it 5 times. I mean, somebody will not believe when they are not. They haven't. If they haven't tried that question in the exam setting, they would think, why would someone try it 5 times? But I tried it 5 times because I couldn't believe that the question could be that simple from DBM itself.
Actually, the point was it was 2 marks question. So the SQL question was 2 marks question, 2 marks. Like I remember when I saw that question, I was reading it again and again. I was finding the trick, like where the examiner has definitely put some trick here. That is the reason it is 2 marks question.
Yeah,
So ultimately, like there is no trick. It was just a dumb question for 2 marks. So and I think this was the trick, that student will waste 5 minutes, 10 minutes to find the trick in the question, because how can such a easy question, such a dumb question, how can that be for 2 marks? So I think that was the trick.
might be, and I think most of us has fallen for that.
Right, right. So actually, Aditya, this is very interesting that you correct 107 rank, and you left 2 subjects. So normally it happens. It is a very normal thing that students, they leave one subject, or they leave some topics in different subjects. Okay, they can leave some, maybe 5 or 10 topics. They can leave. I can say in the entire syllabus. But or I have also heard that toppers, they leave one subject also. Like I know many toppers, many top 50 rankers also, I know they leave one subject and still they get the top 50 rank. So that is very normal scenario in the gate exam, in the gate computer science exam. But this is interesting that you left 2 subjects and still you got 107 rank. Please tell me, like overall, how much you left. Like in some other subject also, you may have left some topics you may have left. Okay, so please give us some idea, how much did you leave? Actually, it will give the idea that this much we can leave and still we can get 107 rank.
Yeah, so for the future aspirants, I would say if you're starting a subject or I mean, trying to complete a subject, please complete it full. I mean, don't leave a single topic from that subject. I mean, the topic that you will leave, there is a good chance that the question will come from. Like I see most people try to do theory of computation, do NFA, TFA, and everything, and skip decidability. And there will be 1 or 2 questions from decidability. Then you will think I did the whole subject, but still I missed 3 to 4 marks. And they will do the same in for every subject. So my recommendation is, somehow if you are not being able to complete all, then try to skip a subject instead of skipping topics from each subject. That's his better strategy, because I mean, if you complete, say you completed digital logic completely, then those 7 8 marks is guaranteed. Like no one is going to take it away from you. But if you leave subject topics from each subject, there is a good chance you will leave even more marks, and you will be frustrated because I completed that subject, I could not do it. Because I remembered, like in operating system, like when I gave in 2022, uh, I thought I have completed, done it, but when I did an examination, I got negative in operating system. Uh, so yeah, I mean, just don't do few topics from the subject. Try to either complete it or rather skip it. That's better.
So you did not skip topics from the subjects that you completed.
Yeah,
Okay,
not a single line.
so overall, 2 subjects, computer network and compiler design, 2 subjects you left, and remaining everything you covered.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and also in computer network, you covered supernetting, subnetting.
Second,
That area you covered IP addressing basically, and you got, I think, 2 marks or 1 mark you got from that.
yeah.
And from compiler design, did you get some marks?
No, actually, yeah, there were easy questions. I mean, every question was easy, but I mean, there was a like a syntax directed tree, and I mean that was easy, but I since I did never practiced it, I never did it. So an exam setting, it's a hard to try to do it in 2 minutes. So yeah, I could not do any question from compiler design, but questions were relatively easy. If somebody has an idea of the subject, little practice, then for GATE 2023 they could have done.
So let's come to the revision. This is a very common doubt that how to do revision. I'm not getting time for revision. Okay. So this type of doubts students ask. So let's come to that topic. You are saying that you did not do revision because you did not get time along with job. You did not get time to do revision. So your revision strategy was to solve questions like on the Telegram group, on the public or private Telegram group. You see a question, and if you have already studied that topic, then you will attempt that question, you will solve that question. Basically you were doing this regularly, so that is the reason you did not need the revision. Am I right?
Yeah, you could say it so, but I would add one point is before the mock test, I did revision. I mean, like subject-wise test also were there in GoClasses test series. So before that also I did a revision. So
Eh,
that was the only time I mean actually did a full-time revision before attempting the subject-wise test. And other than that, yeah, this step doing solving question regularly, at least few questions from each subject, and by default you will remember those topics.
how were you doing revision? You did not make your own notes?
No, I was following the annotated notes because I say it. I mean, it has double advantage. It will also give you the refresh memory that you watched that video, some that things are said. So those things help. And the second point is basically you are getting a free standard resource screenshot. So I mean, I don't have to yourself search in the book for the topics. So because obviously and ultimately you need the definitions and things which you are already covering from the standard resource. I mean, I see many people, I mean, what they do is they will search for a topic on YouTube. Some teacher will give them a formula and solve 5 questions from that, and they will think, yeah, they are done with the subject. So I don't think that helps anyway to anyone.
Okay. So annotated notes were helping you. Would you suggest, like, if you were preparing dedicatedly without job, dedicatedly for GATE exam, if you are preparing, would you make notes, or like, can you say that annotated notes that we provide in the Go classes, those are enough?
If you make it, the advantage is it will save you some time because I mean, usually lecture, I mean, you are repeating the topics and discussing it again and again in the class. So lecture notes becomes a little longer sometimes. So at least for discrete math, I will say make a notes because there are lots of definitions and points to cover. So at least for discrete maths and engineering mathematics, if you can make a notes, I think that should be enough. For other core system subjects, I think, I mean, there isn't much to make notes. I mean, there are a few formulas there and there, but that's it.
Aditya, did it help you that you were helping students? So everyone knows you as Go classes admin, so you may have seen many comments, these type of messages we get in the Telegram group, in the public Telegram group, in the private Telegram group, that basically Go classes admin. So but basically you were helping students, you were answering their doubts. uh, from any subject they ask the question, and you will ask, either you will answer that question, or you will ask the student that, like, what did you do, where did you get stuck, so this type of things. So I'm asking, did it help you that you were helping others?
Yeah, I mean, initially I started it because I mean, I like to solve questions, I help others. That was the main intention. But over the time, I understood that it is also helping me in the revision because if I'm able to answer or explain something to somebody else, then it means that I have understood the concept properly. So yeah, it was helping me.
And on the GateOverflow also, you have written many answers you have written, I have seen, and some answers are selected as the best answer also. So on the GateOverflow, when you are writing the answer, just tell me, before writing that answer, you have some knowledge, some kind of understanding you have for that particular topic, but while you are writing that answer, okay, you are changing that answer sometimes. While writing, you are changing. Okay, so while writing the answer, do you think that your understanding is improving while writing the answer?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yes, because when you are trying to explain somebody, you will try to find a meaningful sentence, that the way you can explain somebody. But internally, sometimes you're okay. I can do this in this way, this way. Most of the questions, I mean, you can do elimination and all in the exam setting. That's okay. But when you're trying to explain somebody, you need the whole understanding of the topic. So sometimes I when I'm writing, I think, okay, I myself don't know this, how I solved it, but I'm not able to explain. So I will read it again from the notes and all, and then I will write it. So yeah, it helps a lot.
So on GateOverflow, actually, I have written more than 450 answers. I have written, and this is my experience. When I was Gate aspirant, when I was preparing for the Gate exam, at that time also I wrote answers, just like you. You have written many answers before getting the top rank. So just like you, I also wrote many answers during my preparation time, and I remember that whenever I'm writing some answer, during the typing on the GateOverflow, when I'm typing, what I know when I'm typing, then automatically I don't know, my understanding is improving. Sometimes what happens, I have to because I'm not able to type what I want to convey, I'm not able to type, then I will check maybe 2 3 standard resources, maybe some book I will check for that, like what I want to type, like can I do I understand it very properly. So then I will check some standard resources, and then I will write the answer, then I will complete my answer. And I remember that every answer was improving my understanding of that concept very much, like so much that I don't have to revise that topic again. My understanding was becoming so good after every answer. uh, I was feeling that I don't have to revise this topic again. That is the benefit I'm getting, so by writing the answer. Like, do you relate to that, what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I agree with your opinion, and yeah, it was very much helpful to conceptualize a topic. Uh, like even some biology researchers say, like if you think about something again and again and different ways, then your nerves those connections become stronger. So I mean, the more stronger connection, the more longer you will remember those topics. So yeah, I can relate to that.
So actually, very interesting revision strategy you have, and very interesting. Like you left two subjects and still you got the all India rank 107. So these are some interesting things that I am getting from your interview, and definitely it will help the aspirants also. It will basically it will take the burden off. It is a some kind of burden. It will remove, because what students think, what they keep thinking, like during the preparation in the March, in April, June, July, they are just thinking about the syllabus completion. They just want to complete the syllabus, like they want to complete the syllabus by September, October. They just want to complete it, like just complete it. They have this kind of burden on their head, that I have to complete this syllabus, I have to complete by October or maybe by November. So what is your suggestion there? Like students are getting tensed, they are getting, I can say, they are getting this type of thoughts that I should complete by September, then I should start the test series, because that particular topper started the test series in September. So this type of tension, students are getting during the preparation in the month of March, April. So what is your suggestion for those students?
Yeah, I have got some DMs in which students are saying that they want to complete the syllabus by June or July. I mean, the exam is in February and they want to be done in June and July. I don't know what they will do for 6 or 7 months. So what I would suggest is make your own plan and don't try to rush the syllabus. I mean, what's the point? I mean, if you do it little slowly, cover the PYQs, try to solve it. If you don't understand, go to GateOverflow website. I mean, look at the answers, best answer, and some other answers also might. I mean, they will give you a different perspective sometimes. I mean, it helps. I mean, sometimes the questions are very easy, then it's okay. I mean, you see the best answer, move on. But sometimes, yeah, you can get a new perspectives from the other answers also. Like there's some solving in some innovative ways that you might not have enough thought of. So I would say, yeah, take your time, do it. And some people are doing PYQs 3 4 times. Just do it once in a nice way. And yeah, mark the questions which you think are important or which you need to come back again. You can mark those questions. Like what I was doing is I used to solve it in a pen and paper. I used to keep separate notebooks for each of the topics. I mean, uh, they were divided into like GateOverflow PDF, like volume 1, 2, and 3. So I used to have like 7, 8 notebooks and used to divide like in the front. I used to add these subjects I will write in this the PYQs. So I used to mark there, and then when I have to revise, I want to go back and just try it once more after I understand, learn those concepts again. Then yeah, you can then go back to it after some time. Don't go back to it like next day only. Then I mean, you just understood it, you will definitely solve it. I mean, keep it for some time later.
So how did you solve GATE PYQs? Did you solve all the GATE PYQs from the beginning of the GATE exam, like from 1989 or 87? I don't know. So did you start from there, or did you solve only the last 10 or 20 years?
I initially, when I tried to solve it from the beginning, they were mostly like proof-based questions. Subjective questions were also there. The problem that I faced, I was not very good with those type of questions in the beginning. But when I saw your lectures and all, like you were going in that complete analysis, after that, I am really very confident. Even if GATE someday decides to make it subjective, I'm still confident I can still go and do it. So yeah, after that, I went back to those questions. I mean, first time when I was doing it, previous attempt, I did not. I was used to skip those questions because I know, I mean, they will not come. So I used to skip those directly. Even though now when I do it, it actually improves my, like, one question will give you like 4 or 5 other questions. So which might come in some parts because in MCQ or MSQ, because I mean, the introduction of MSQ is like, it's more, it has become like a quite subjective only. Like you can't just do eliminate. Yeah, got eliminate and found one option. Like you can just put the values and somehow find. That won't work for MSQ questions. You have to do a full solve.
Right, right. So for every GATE PYQ, did you read on GateOverflow website? Did you read the all the answers, all the discussion, the complete discussion, all the comments? Did you do that, or like how were you approaching every GATE PYQ on GateOverflow website? How were you using the GateOverflow website for GATE questions?
Yeah, for some of the questions which are very easy, I used to skip. Just reading the best answer was okay. I used to skip. For the other questions where it gets a little tricky or little more conceptual, then I used to spend some time reading the main answer, reading the doubts that the student are having in that question. Because sometimes the student will come a little variation of the question and put the links of other gate overflow questions in the comments to that question or the answer. So that used to also help. I can go there and read those and get the variations, because I mean, anyway, GATE is not going to repeat their questions. I mean, ask some similar or little bit in a different way. So those discussions actually help to familiarize with the related relevant topics and related portions, not just that one question you solve and move ahead. I think that won't help much.
So, Aditya, this type of doubt we get many times, that students, they say that, sir, I have already prepared. My concepts are already, like, I have covered the syllabus. I did not get a good rank. I did not get 1,000 rank or 2,000 rank because my practice was less. See, are you getting? See, this is the mindset, or I can say this is the self analysis they do, that they did not get a good rank, they did not get a top 1,000 rank because they did not do enough practice. But they say that their syllabus, they have covered the syllabus, and they have, I can say, complete. They know the concepts, but they did not do enough practice. That is the reason they did not get top 1,000 rank. So, what is your opinion about it? Is it possible that you have completed all the concepts in a very nice way, you have understanding of all the concepts, and still you do not get a top 1,000 rank? Is it possible? Like, can you tell us what is your
I
opinion?
would say, like, the whole point of doing the GATE PYQs, previous year question, I mean, if somebody is wondering. So the point is that it will help you to understand what kind of questions can come, which topics you should study, and such things. I mean, it's not just about solving those questions. I mean, definitely, I mean, you to try it once or twice and read the discussion on GateOverflow, you will get it. That's one thing. But try to use it as a way to find which concepts you are lacking and which one you need to improve. So sometimes just reading the answer is not enough. You see, okay, I understood the answer, but let me go in a little depth of that same concept. So sometimes when you go to standard resources, or you can even watch GoClasses lectures, I mean, because they are based on, I mean, you are using MIT, Stanford, I mean, NPTEL, all. I mean, it's just like uh, taking that effort away. Like when you're doing the first time, I used to have to find out some lecture, say for linear algebra, you take Gilbert Stein's professor's videos, but they are not like made for GATE. I mean, there are a few videos you watch, you understood the topic, but what about the GATE thing? I mean, solve the concept, but you also need to practice. So you have to practice using the GateOverflow PDF. So GATE PYQs are very important. So that is the first thing. And if you still have some time, you can go for standard questions to solve.
Okay. Aditya, what do you think is a good enough period for GATE preparation? Like, can a student crack the GATE exam from the scratch, from the beginning? Can a student crack in 9, 10 months? Like, what do you think? What is your opinion that GATE computer science exam a student can crack in this much period from the beginning, from the scratch, if the student does not know anything? Like the student is completely beginner. Okay, then how much time would do you think it will take?
See, it depends from person to person. Like if someone is very interested and keen in computer science, then definitely they can do in 10, 11 months, they can. But sometimes the most students are doing it like they have this mindset, I will do it for placements, I will do it for, I mean, it helps there. I mean, I'm not saying that, but I mean, if you are not interested in GATE subjects, then even if you do 3, 4 years, I mean, how will, if you don't like something, how will you understand? So you should have the first thing is passion and interest in the computer science. Then yes, you can do it in 10, 11 months with a consistent preparation. I mean, if you like go 2 weeks in off in for whatever reasons, then that flow will break and it might not be possible. 1 day, 2 days fine. Like I said, like in my job also, some days there are a lot of load, so I could not do for some days. That's okay, but don't skip it for long, too long. Don't make too long a gap. Otherwise, that would be a hard thing to do.
Aditya, what about test series? How many tests did you attempt? And what was the rank you were getting? What were the marks you were getting? And how were you analyzing the questions? Were you getting demotivated by low marks? So please tell us your test series journey.
Yeah, so for the test series, I just chose GateOverflow plus GoClasses test series. I mean, they had like 90 plus tests at that time. And I could not attempt all. I did around 50 tests, including full length mock test, total around 50 to 55. I did. And mostly, I mean, like 10 I did not do because they were from computer networks and compiler design. So you can say I did around 80% of the test. Thing to tackle the test series is different for different kinds of test series. Like if you're attempting the just topic wise tests, then the main goal should be to have, see if I can solve those questions using my concepts, not by any tricks like doing elimination. And some people like memorize some formulas to solve it. I think you should not do it for topic wise tests. You should only try to use your skills, analytical skills, and your concepts. And when it comes to bigger tests like mixed test or whole subject wise test, then you can try some of, I mean, you can uh, try some elimination methods to have some time saving. But I think I did not do it. When it comes from when I was doing subject wise test, I did not try to do it some shortcut way or elimination. For that reason, I get very low, sometimes low marks because I could not attempt all questions because I was trying to solve it in a conceptual way. So the only where when I tried improving my time skills and time management was when I was doing the full length mock test. That's the time when you are already done with your concept using the topic wise and subject wise test. Now is the time when you start doing building your time management and see how to skip some questions. I mean, like I said, the SQL question I tried like 5 times. I mean, I mean, I could have solved at least one question in that much time. So that was a waste of time that's happening. So for that, you need very different variations in the full length mock test. Because I remember like in some of the GateOverflow full length test, I used to get like 40 or 45. Even when I was giving in the January, I was getting like 40, 45. Now somebody will think like, what am I doing? But some of the tests were easy. So there I used to get 60 plus, and in like AIMT3, I got more than 70. I don't remember exactly, maybe 71, 72, like that. So that was
Aditya,
like the most balanced test, I would say, like the AIMT3 test was there. So
Aditya,
you
this is
should attempt like, yeah, some easy tests are there, some medium tests. So you get variations, and some are like unbalanced tests should also be there. Like it happened in 2022. I remember some of the topics had little extra questions and some topics were completely skipped. So that's like what problem might happen if you skip a subject.
so actually this was very interesting that our final mock test was All India AIMT3, All India Mock Test 3, right? That was our final mock test in GoClasses test series. I think that was on 29 January, right? So like
Yeah, I
5 days
remember
before the
last week.
GATE exam, we conducted this All India Mock Test 3 of GoClasses. And it was very interesting. it was a coincidence or something that the GATE 2023 exam was very I can say very similar to that final mock test of GoClasses, All India Mock Test 3. So we were getting so many messages after the GATE 2023 exam. We got many messages that, sir, my GATE 2023 marks is exactly equal to All India Mock Test 3 marks. So like you are also saying that in AMT 3 you got around 71 or 72 marks, you are saying. Okay.
Yeah.
And in GATE 2023 you got 74 marks. There are some other students, like there is another 107 rank Anas Khan. So he told in a LinkedIn post, he told that he got 74 marks in AMT 3 and he got 74 marks in GATE 2023. So this made us very happy, of course, that basically but if you notice, All India Mock Test 3, that was different from AMT 1, AMT 2 and other mock test. So this experiment we were doing because in our test series, we in GoClasses test series we had total 9 mock tests. In GateOverflow test series there were 6 mock tests. So in the GoClasses test series we were doing this experiment that let's create different levels. Okay, let's create like some mock test we will keep easy. Okay, and we did not know at that time, we did not know that this type of easy paper GATE will give. GATE 2023 will come so easy that it will match with our easiest mock test. I can say in the GoClasses total 9 mock tests are there. The easiest mock test was the final mock test, and the GATE 2023 was exactly same as that level. That level was exactly same. So and some mock test, I think AMT 1, if you attempted, I think that was a bit harder. That was, I can say, similar to GATE 2021, and AMT 2, that was similar to GATE 2022. So this type of variations we were creating, and as you are suggesting, this year we are planning this. Actually, this year we have increased the number of mock tests. So this year there will be 5 extra mock tests. Last year in the GoClasses test series there were 9 mock tests. This year in the GoClasses test series there will be total 14 mock tests and 6 mock tests in the GateOverflow test series. So total 20 mock tests will be there. But we are going to create all the experiments in our test series. In the mock test we are going to do all the experiments. Like some mock tests will be very easy, some mock tests will be hard, some mock tests will be, I can say, unbalanced. Because as you are saying, in GATE 2022, this graph theory, from graph theory there were 4 or 5 questions from graph theory only, not from discrete mathematics. From graph theory 4 or 5 questions were there. So that was a that was not balanced, this GATE 2022. So that was not balanced, and this type of paper also we will create. So definitely all these experiments we are going to do, some because as I told you, we have 5 extra mock tests, so we can do all the type of experiments we can do this year. And definitely it will help the student. At least the student will not get surprised, so in the GATE exam, if some random paper comes, some, I can say, weird paper comes, then they will not get surprised, because they will have this rehearsal in the GoClasses test series. They will have this rehearsal of solving all the levels of mock test, I can say, all the type of mock test. So Aditya, in the test series, your marks, you are saying that sometimes you were getting 40 marks, 45 marks. Did you get demotivated by those marks? Like, did you think that GATE is not for you, you cannot crack the GATE exam? Because of that demotivation, like, could you not study for a few hours? Did it happen?
Yeah, obviously, if you get like such marks, then you are in some kind of shock or dilemma for some time at least. But like for an hour or so, so I would just take a break for some time and then come back and then look at the different answers and explanations for. Well, I mean, that's the beauty of the this test series, because you get proper explanations and you have the ability to go and comment and ask your doubts. I mean, in the groups you have seen many times people are posting questions from other test series and they are not getting answers from them. So I mean, I feel very bad about them. I mean for them, but yeah, in the GateOverflow and GoClasses test series, you have this functionality. Like, so I mean, if others are not acquainted with the GateOverflow, then you can think it like a Stack Overflow, a Stack Exchange websites. So you get a proper, somebody can ask a question, answers, comments, doubts, everything, options are there. So yeah, I would say that used to help a lot, and I used to comment. I have some discussion with you, Sachin sir, or other whoever. fellow party aspirants were there also there. Like I used to have discussion with Shishir and Abrajyoti was also there, and few others were also there. So I mean, even Shishir, I used to write even lots of answer. I mean, I have written only few, I mean, 2-3 dozen answers maybe, and he has written like every test series I can find his answers. So that used to help, and obviously we used to have discussion there. So the advantage of having that discussion there is instead of having in some group is you can go back to that discussion later. If you mark that question, like you want to revisit it, there is a list option also. So if somebody is thinking how you can mark it in the GateOverflow, you can use the list to make your own custom list, then sort it by topics and other filter by subjects you can do later on. So yeah, that was make it very easy to go and find the question that you couldn't solve or you marked it as a revisit question. So I mean, overall, I mean, that was the strategy when you, even if I used to get good marks also, it's like sometimes, I mean, when I am doing full length mock test, I'm trying to solve as many questions as possible. I mean, that's the target in full length mock test. Some questions I did not understand properly, but by elimination or some method, I used to get answers. So I used to still go to those question discussion also and see what is the correct way of doing it. So that, I mean, if some similar question come, at least I can do it in more confident way. I mean, decreasing your negative marks is also very important when it comes. I mean, that's what you can do in full length mock test, like time management and decreasing on negative marks. Like I got very less negative marks. Because I skipped 2 subjects. I mean, anyway, I skipped 20 marks. I have only 80 marks to attempt. And in that, I did not have the scope to go and do lots of negative marking, negative mistakes. So my negative mistake was like, I think -1 or -0.6, something like that. And I remember I watched many other interviews on YouTube. Uh, they have done like -4 or -5 they have got. So, I mean, you can, even -1 can bring you 50 rank anywhere down. And you can imagine -4 or 5, what would have done to them. So yeah, do it, work on it. So have work on the time management when you are doing the full length, and don't try to do full length start in April or May. I mean, some people start there and keep it for last. I mean, start in December.
So yeah, actually, you said it right that you went to the GATE exam with 80 marks of preparation because you did not do 2 subjects, computer network and compiler design. So you went with 80 marks, and now you cannot afford the negative marking. You cannot afford the silly mistakes. Basically, you have to get the marks from what you have understood. Okay, from the subjects that you have understood, the subjects that you have covered, you have to get as maximum as possible marks from those subjects. You don't have the scope of, I can say, -5, -5 or -4 negative marking. So that you cannot afford. And yeah, it is very good that you only got as you are saying that -0.6. That was your entire negative marking that you got. So that is really that kind of accuracy is very nice, Aditya. Because in the GATE computer science exam, if you see, if you are getting more than 70 marks or more than 80 marks, then you are going to get a I can say top rank. If you are getting more than 80 marks, then a top 50 rank you will definitely get. So you can say that there is a 20 marks of liberty you have, some kind of, I can say, some kind of freedom you have, that even if you get 80 marks, then also you are getting top 50 rank, or sometimes it can happen that with 80 marks you can get top 10 rank. Okay, so definitely that accuracy matters in the GATE exam. Okay, even if you don't know some questions, let's assume 10 questions you do not know. Okay, then also you can get a top 50 rank if you can, if you do not make any mistake in the 55 questions that you already know. So that kind of, I can say, accuracy students should build, and it will not happen in one day. It cannot happen that in single day, in single test, they can build that kind of accuracy. It will happen periodically. Okay, slowly it will happen.
Mm.
So Aditya, one more question I want to ask: what was your experience in GoClasses? Like, how did GoClasses lectures help you, and how did GoClasses doubt support help you? So what was your overall experience about the GoClasses? Please tell us in detail.
So when it comes to doubt solving, because I will start that, because even I got the doubt solving support even before I joined. Not just me, anybody who is there in GateOverflow public groups, they are getting that support. I mean, free of cost, nobody is asking anything or anything. And when I saw, I mean, the way you or Sachin sir or Arjun sir was trying to help us to think in a different way. Like, I mean, initially what happened? Students come and post their questions and they wait somebody will solve their question and they think that that would help. But that doesn't help. I mean, you should put some efforts. You should show that, yeah, I tried in this way, but I am stuck at this point. If somebody can show me some hint or give me some hint or what can I do after it. So those kind of discussion solving skills were improved, which helped me. And even when I used to start answering, when then also I used to try to do in the same way. And it used to help, obviously help others, but it also helped me because I have to think, I mean, what should I ask him so that he can go into the right way of right direction of the answer. So whether you join or not, you are getting this doubt solving. And even in the advantage that you get in the private group, if you join is there are other like-minded people like you who are also dedicatedly focusing on the same schedule. So you are not going to be deviated by questions from the topics that you haven't yet studied. So there is a strict restriction that you can ask the topics only which have been covered yet, which have been covered yet. So that's advantage of the private group, and it's very structured. I mean, nobody is just coming and asking something random or anything beyond gate. And that's the first thing. And when it comes to GoClasses lectures, due to my job schedule and all timings, I could not do live classes. I mean, it was not possible for me, but definitely if somebody has time, they should join and try to make notes at the same time. I mean, like you would do in a classroom situation, like the professor is teaching and you're making your notes, understanding at the same time. So I used to watch recordings. So pretty much my all doubt discussion were in Telegram groups. But I mean, it's okay. I mean, if you don't want to be active on Telegram, that's up to you. But for me, that was the way to get my doubts solved. And when it comes to lectures, the different ways that you or Sachin sir approached the question was very interesting. Like if I talk about Sachin sir, he used to come very unprepared. I mean, he did not come like with the slides with the answers or anything. I mean, you also don't do, but uh, he used to solve the question on the spot. And on live classes, he's solving the question, and it tells us like if I'm trying in one way, it doesn't work, then how can I go and try another way? That approach we can see live in action. So that's something else. It's not something anybody is giving you a formula and just solving 5 questions. I mean, definitely that won't help. That's about the way of solving questions. And obviously lectures were amazing because I mean, you are just restricting yourself from the standard resources. I mean, all your resources are from MIT, Stanford, Harvard, NPTL. So it was very, I mean, the quality is already top notch. I mean, I don't have to say anything. It's, I mean, like something like everybody now knows. I mean, quality in GATE CS is just equivalent to GoClasses. I mean, no doubt on that. And when it comes to your way of teaching, the thing I used to explain things in different ways. I mean, if somebody said, I still have a doubt, used to go and explain it again and again unless somebody is satisfied. And your notes were also very helpful because you used to write in very large fonts. So reading it is a little relatively easier from when you're reading on a mobile phone or a laptop. When for further reference, it is much easier to read those, even though the page number would increase. But yeah, I used to just at a glance you can get okay what is written in the whole slide. And I mean, that's it. I mean, that's it about it. I mean, obviously, if you are still anybody, I mean, obviously this is an interview thing, but I would still say if you have any doubt, you can just go and watch discrete maths and engineering mathematics. I mean, even with just those 2 subjects, you can go get 40 plus. I mean, nobody is stopping you to get. I mean, that's the minimum you can get after watching those two. And if you do a little bit of aptitude. So that's it. I mean, other than that, that's one thing. And then, as I said earlier, also the course is structured very well. Like on the website is in folders and topic wise arranged, and there is a practice set, other set for practice set. You can directly go and do the practice set. And then there are summary lectures. Like if you don't want to revise from notes or you haven't made notes, at the end, you can just watch that summary lectures. So to get a revision done. So I think there are so many features you have provided within a short time. I mean, it will be very, people will be very hard pressed to say that I don't have that feature. I miss that thing. I don't have that. And I don't see it like anybody can complain.
So, Aditya, can you tell us some wow moment in GoClasses lectures? Like, you have already prepared in GATE 2022. You got, around 650 marks, 650 rank you got. So, now, can you tell us when you started your preparation with GoClasses? You enrolled in the GoClasses. I think in the beginning of the GATE 2023 course, you enrolled, right?
In end of April, yeah.
In the month of April, you enrolled.
End
So
of
after that, can you tell us some wow moment that watching the lecture, some particular concept, some particular question in any subject, like something that you still remember, that you will always remember that, yeah, this was something like, wow, you were I can say, you
Hmm.
surprised or happy or like.
Yeah, I mean, there were, I mean, so many such moments that I don't even remember all of them. I mean, after every lecture, it comes, okay, this is a new wow moment, and then it goes on. So the last few ones that I remember are like in the probability. I used to use this normal conditional probability formula, like, I mean, from doing school days only. I mean, this something that's in your mind already, but uh, trying to understand with the sample space, how the sample space is getting reduced and how the new probabilities are actually getting affected or calculated. That was a very, I mean, very wow moment for me. I mean, because I am using doing probability from like, I think from 9 or 10, it is there in the syllabus. And I could solve the question without that, but that gives us such a nice understanding of the very simple topics that, I mean, you will never forget it. And for this is about like from the maths thing. And if I do from the core subjects, then you decidability. I mean, there is no doubt on that. So decidability, like previously, I watched the CSE Manson video. I don't remember the exact name, spelling.
Yeah,
So
that's correct, Sai Simonson.
okay, so there the decidability was like only one lecture. So I understood, okay, yeah, that this is decidable, this is undecidable. I mean, in general, I understood, but I was not able to solve any questions. I mean, obviously, it's not a GATE video, but I was not able to do it or get very intuitive understanding. How can I solve the question? But when I watch your lectures, they were very long. I mean, I think there are 10 to 12 lectures only to for decidability, undecidability, countability, and uncountability. And that point, I understood the real meaning on what we can do with this. I mean, how powerful these methods are. I mean, you did not even go to Rice's theorem. I mean, very end you went there. I mean, you solved like everything in a very basic manner, like I mean, even if I can say, like, even if a 10 years somebody comes and gives me a decidability question, I can explain to that person, not just solve it. I can explain, like, yeah, you can think about it in this way, like by case method that you do. I mean, you started this by case in DM itself, but trying to continue the same simple things, tricks to other topics is very helpful. I mean, I don't have to put much pressure on my brain. I don't have to remember those some strange formulas. And before decidability, the important other wow moment was the Myhill-Nerod theorem. Like, yeah, I know the definition. I know. I mean, the college exam, I have to write the definition. I know the definition, but I never understood how powerful those things are and how we can use it. Really, I mean, that's a very amazing thing. If once you understood those topics, I mean, really.
Aditya, normally you will not find that people don't teach Myhill-Nerod theorem, and it is like some people will say that Myhill-Nerod theorem is not important for the GATE exam. Actually, if you see in our course, using Myhill-Nerod theorem, we have solved so many questions. Like, I think the complete area of regular languages, finite automata, that complete area, I think every question, every single question you can solve using Myhill-Nerod theorem. Like this simple Myhill-Nerod theorem, just one theorem. Okay, you understand. Of course, we have seen the proof also. The proof of Myhill-Nerod theorem also we have seen. But after that, using that simple statement, using that simple theorem, you can solve so many questions. Like the complete area of regular languages, finite automata, that complete part. Okay, that you can, I can say, understand, that you can solve the questions, all the questions you can solve using that Myhill-Nerod theorem. So I still remember that after every lecture, students were telling me in the telegram, in the private telegram group, that, sir, we did not know, like, Myhill-Nerod theorem is so powerful that nowadays, just using one theorem, we are solving all the questions, like all the variety of questions. You will be surprised the different variety of questions, different variety, not only just a single type of question. You can solve a different type of questions using that simple theorem. So that is, and those videos are already available on the GoClasses YouTube channel also. So the Mahil-Neror theorem lectures, I think total 4 or 5 lectures are there, but those are also available on the GoClasses YouTube channel. I put them there just to, just so that students can see the power of Mahil-Neror theorem. This way also you can study theory of computation. So you don't have to do, when students are checking for regular language, non-regular language, then they will apply this type of method. There is comparison, there is matching, there is infinite comparison, so this type of one comparison, two comparison. Okay, so this type of methods they will apply. But if you remember, we did not do this in our course. Like, I don't think there is a single question where we did this. I never told you one comparison, two comparison, three comparison, this type of things we never did. We just simply applied the concept, the concept of Mahil-Neror theorem or the pumping lemma. Just simply apply those concepts and you get the answer. So yeah, that is really my also favorite. So that is the reason, when you said that Mahil-Neror theorem, I also got excited because that is my favorite theorem also. So I studied that in ISC Bangalore. So when I was in ISC in MTech, so I took this automata theory course, and at that time I studied this Mahil-Neror theorem, and I was surprised that all the questions I am solving using that theorem, all the questions. So at
And
that
even
time
it is
also,
not even a complex theorem. I mean, just one line theorem. I mean,
it's
that's the
just a
most
simple theorem,
amazing.
very simple to understand. So Aditya, let's discuss your future plans. So this year, which college you are, I can say, you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, my main target is IISc Bangalore, and but I've also applied to IIT Kharagpur and IIT Bombay because I mean there also the ML faculties are very nice and good. I mean, they go to like CS rankings or directly go to their profiles and see. So these are mostly my three colleges that I'm targeting, but most preferably going to Bangalore because I mean mostly the weather is very nice. I know it's a
Right.
very odd choosing weather to choose a college, but now you have the liberty to reject colleges.
Which course are you trying for, like MTech or MTech T or MTech RA?
So when it is in IISc, I have applied to both MTech CSA course and MTech CSA research also. I am not that much interested in research because I have not fixed what exactly I want to do in research. Because I'm interested in doing the research, but I mean, because you have to choose what to do or what not to do beforehand. So I'm little confused, still little confused on that side. Well, so mostly maybe I will go with the coursework. Also, I've applied in IIT Bombay RA course because TA obviously won't get. It's like everybody just wants to go in IIT Bombay.
But you will definitely get like the direct admission you will get in IIT Madras, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Guwahati, Roorkee. So in these colleges, you will get a direct admission with your rank, right?
Yeah,
But
I've
still,
applied to, out of that, I applied only in IIT Kharagpur because, I mean, main reason is near to my hometown also. And other reason is because I said the ML faculties are also very amazing. I mean, if you look last 5 year data, so you can say they are pretty much equivalent to other top 5 colleges. So there is no much reason why I should go little away, like say Madras or Delhi.
right, right. So Aditya, thank you for this interview. And do you have some message for the aspirants, for the GATE aspirants? Do you want to share some tips or tricks or suggestions? Please do that.
Yeah, I would say be consistent with your practice and doing it with your preparation, mostly because it is the consistency and the perseverance that will take you to that point. I mean, it is not a one day thing that one day I will study 10 hours and one week I will not study. That won't work. That's the first thing. And I would say try to use the materials because for computer science at least everything is available online nowadays, and literally you just need to find the good resource. Obviously if you don't have time, like I did not have much time with the job, I joined GoClasses lectures. But if you have like financial constraint, you can apply for the scholarship test also, or you can go with the MIT or NPTEL lectures. I mean, they're also amazing. So don't be discouraged that there are so many people preparing for the GATE, but you need to understand there is only like 5,000 people who are actually preparing for it. Others are just applying.
Great, Aditya. So let me summarize this entire interview. So Aditya cracked All India rank 107 in GATE 2023. He prepared for the GATE exam along with job. He had, I can say, he was working for 5 days, and 5 days per week he was working, and every day he was working for 9 hours. Still, with this type of full-time job, with this type of hectic job schedule, also he prepared for the GATE exam. He maintained his consistency. There were some days when he could not prepare for the GATE exam because of some project, some hectic project or something, but still he maintained his consistency throughout the year, and he was basically stealing time, stealing some time whenever he was getting some time, during the 9 hours of work. If he was getting some time, then also he was using that time for the GATE preparation. So he was somehow stealing the time, from his hectic schedule. He was finding the time for the GATE preparation, and he maintained this consistency and finally got this awesome rank, All India rank 107 he got. So you can also do that. If any job, if any student who is doing a job for maybe for last 2 year or for last 5 years, or it does not matter, if you are already doing a job and you want to prepare for the GATE exam, you can do that. You can definitely top the GATE exam, and Aditya is one example for that. Okay. And some good things that I want to tell you from this interview is that he could not complete the syllabus, still he got 107 rank. And let me tell you, the simple reason is because he had a very good understanding of the subjects that he had covered. So he left two subjects he could not do. Basically, he did not leave. You should not leave a subject. Okay. When you are starting the preparation, you should think that you should cover all the subject, all the concepts. But sometimes it can happen that by the end, when the GATE exam comes, by the end, it is possible that some maybe one or two subject you did not cover. Okay. So then there is nothing to, I can say, get demotivated. You can still get a top rank, top 100, or I can say top 150 rank. You can still get if you have good understanding of the subjects that you have covered. Okay. So and one more thing that I got from this interview is, so Aditya, during the test series in the subject wide test, he was he was not, he was not just somehow getting the marks. Okay. It's not like in the subject wise test he was using the concept, using the conceptual knowledge. He was getting the he was solving the questions. He was not solving the question by some shortcut or by taking some value of n. So basically, getting the marks in the subject wise test, getting the marks was not his target. His target was to apply the concepts and then get as many marks as possible. But basically, by some shortcut, by some trick, he was not getting the marks. Okay. Because he wanted to check, how much marks he can get from the conceptual knowledge. Okay. So these are some highlights of this interview. And thank you, Aditya, thank you for joining us for this interview. People are waiting for this interview, and I'm really excited. I was really excited to take your interview. I think I approached you, I think 20 or 30 days back. I approached you. You told me that, sir, I will give interview, but after 15 or 20 days, right?
Yeah, basically, I had done a haircut and I did not want to come on live with a very small hair.
So yeah, that is the reason, Aditya. People are waiting for your interview. They want to know how a student can crack the GATE exam, that too with a hectic job schedule. Okay, so finally this interview is here. And to all the viewers, to all the students who are watching this interview, please like, comment, and share this interview. And share this interview with those students who are preparing for the GATE exam with job, or who are thinking to prepare for the GATE exam, but they are not doing it because they are thinking that with job they cannot crack the GATE exam. So please share this interview with all the students who are doing job and who want to prepare for the GATE exam. This will definitely help those students. So thank you so much, Aditya. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, sir, for taking this interview, and for all the aspirants, best of luck.
Okay, Aditya. Okay, thank you.